We're about to do something that's never been done before. We're going to attach a cinema camera to a self-balancing gyroscopic wheelchair. I have a condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, which has meant that I've broken over 100 bones in my lifetime. I can't put weight on my legs, and I've even broken my back doing pull-ups, but I've always wanted to be a camera operator. The industry is tough enough, even without a disability. It's physically demanding, it's highly competitive, and it's really expensive. And as a wheelchair user, I always say that you need 4 arms. You need 2 arms to push yourself and 2 arms to hold the camera. No matter how much I train, I'm never going to be able to pick up a 40 kilo camera package. So what is the answer? 5 years ago, I built a basic prototype using a DSLR and an entry-level Steadicam. It worked, sort of. The arm is a bit on the low side, so I need to get that raised up a bit, but you get the gist. So this is how it comes across, and you can see it's perfectly balanced. I have full control. I can put it in underslung mode, I can bring it right down. And that's about all the height that I have here at the moment. So you can see the limitations, and it wasn't cinema grade. I realised if I wanted to do this properly, I needed help. The Belfast scene was too small for this kind of ambition, so I moved to London, home of some of the biggest studios in the world. To get their attention, I had to collaborate with the best. But high-end quality comes at a cost. We researched every electric wheelchair on the market. One stood out. The Jenny 2.0, a self-balancing chair with Ferrari-inspired design, 15 miles an hour top speed, a 120 kilo payload, and the ability to spin 360 degrees on the spot. This became the foundation of CAERUS. Jenny, the manufacturer, loved the idea. They made me a brand ambassador, and not only did they give me my own Jenny 2.0, but they flew me to the world famous 24-hour race in Le Mans. Now that we had the right chair for the build, it was time to put together a kit list. CVP hosted a demo event for us where they kindly lent us a lot of the kit that we wanted to include within our prototype. It was a great way for us to present our concept to get that initial industry feedback. And then moving back to break.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright guys, today is the day that we're dropping this bad boy off to Ferrol to start the engineering work on CAERUS. Okay, so we're driving through London at the moment, just going through typical London traffic. It's the big unknown. Will this actually work? Will it balance okay? Will the whole thing operate as we all expect and intended to? And that's the big unknown. Fingers crossed. Arriving at Ferrol, I was buzzing. This is the start of a brand new chapter. I couldn't wait to speak to the engineers to get this project underway. We brainstormed lots of different ideas, how to rig different camera systems onto the chair, mounting points, how to basically operate it as well without killing anyone. It was a great first start to the whole project, and I was absolutely pumped coming out of there. Okay, so just back in the van after dropping the chair into Ferrol, and super exciting. I mean, the guys really know their stuff, and I think it's thrown another curveball into the whole thing, because we originally talked about this idea of using the Movemax, which is the suspension arm, and then guys at CVP had suggested using a Ronin 2 and just an isolator plate instead, but it's going to be a few weeks now of nail biting and going, get me on this thing, let me try it out. Thanks to some amazing support from within the industry and from members of the public through crowdfunding, we got all the parts that we needed for Ferrol to complete the project. So we went to check it out.
Hello.
Awesome. Ferrol were super excited to show me what they had built, and I couldn't wait to test it out. Yeah.
Holy.
Now, we said cinema grade camera, so we got our hands on a red Raptor 8K VistaVision.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Very happy with the results, and seeing that it could work and work really well, we took it back, made some instructional videos, and put it through its paces in some different scenarios. The real test was yet to come. We started getting bookings from Bupa, Able Coin, and Can Lion. A great opportunity to integrate it into a number of different workflows, testing its production capabilities and seeing it really in action. And that really started to get the word out there about CAERUS. So this is the moment we've been waiting for. I mean, it's finally, I can't believe it's all come together. We made it here in one piece. We got all the kits here, and the guys at Feral and all our partners have done an amazing job at helping us, because there was equipment that we needed to get. We weren't too sure if it was going to arrive in time. There was fabricating work that needed to be done, and the guys didn't think they could deliver it, but thankfully, you know, the ducks all aligned, the stars aligned, and we're here, and it's just been fantastic. So the word was starting to spread. CAERUS is getting out there. We started getting bookings for a number of different productions, one of which was for Motability, a major TV commercial, which was a 4-day shoot in London. And that was a great way for us to see how it was able to manage and handle working with larger teams in different departments, and really seeing how it could really flow and gel with so many different camera departments, camera operators. The other side of what we're doing is getting CAERUS involved in events like the British Society of Cinematographers and the Disability Journalist Forum at Sky. It's really important for us to be able to educate the disabled community, to let them know that this technology exists, because we want to make sure that people can access the equipment and that they know there is a path if they want to pursue a career in creative production. Working with our production partners, NEP, we had to strip down a Sony P10 broadcast camera for our biggest job yet, the Channel 4 Paralympic Homecoming Concert. It was a massive event, 40,000 capacity stadium, 17 camera operators. Even though we had tested the setup before the actual event, our RS3 Pro gimbal let us down on the day. We realised at that point we had more to do to get us to the finish line. Equipped with this knowledge, we motored on. We got a demo organised with Sky Studios, which was amazing, but shortly after, Jenny made an announcement. The Jenny Zero. Despite this being a bit of a spanner in the works, it really gave us an opportunity to do a bit of a reset. We got accredited by Jenny as distributors, and they shortly invited us to a demo day with their agents, Autobock. Autobock put on a training event essentially for all their agents and distributors across the UK to give them a chance to be hands-on with the Jenny, to learn about it, all its features, functions, how it operates. And we were really fortunate to be the very first people in the UK to receive the brand new Jenny Zero. This adds a completely new dynamic to the chair. Let's see how we go. On seeing the chair operate, we realised that there were quite a few significant structural changes. We were connected with Ronford Baker, industry giants, whose managing director Jeff Lawrence took great interest in our project. He invited us down to their factory, where it gave them an opportunity to really assess the chair and how they would approach rigging the camera system onto the new Jenny Zero. Their opinion was to look at this through the lens of versatility, creating a modular system that would work off the load-bearing handles of the chair. This would allow us the flexibility to make the whole thing future-proof. Spacers, scaffs and plates could be stacked or stripped down based on rigging needs. A quick test at the workshop to make sure nothing fell off. Everything was performing as expected. And to show them how intuitive the system is, we gave them a quick demo. So with all this work done, it meant we could finally upgrade our gimbal system. With some essential branding sewn up, a custom towed adapter in the MoveMax, and all grip components anodized for that polished look, we put it all together. This is what we got. CAERUS was ready for its first rodeo. Now you know our story, let's see what it can do.